What makes you get out of bed in the morning? It's not just your alarm clock, it's an invisible force. A subtle yet powerful current that pulls you toward action. This force is motivation. It is the internal process that initiates your goal-oriented behaviors. It is the internal process that guides your goal-oriented behaviors. It is the internal process that maintains your goal-oriented behaviors. Think of it as the why behind everything you do. Pouring a cup of coffee. Launching a new business venture. It's the reason you choose one path over another. The energy that propels you forward when you could just as easily stand still. This internal spark transforms a fleeting thought into a deliberate action. A distant dream into a tangible reality. It is the fundamental driver of human achievement and personal growth. Motivation is not something that other people give you. It awakens within you. The engine of your ambition. The director of your focus. When you feel motivated, tasks seem like opportunities. The world looks a little brighter, and challenges feel like exciting puzzles. Motivation isn't a single uniform force. It comes from two very different sources. Think of them as two distinct engines that can power your actions. The first is intrinsic motivation. This is the drive that comes from within. You do something for the pure enjoyment, interest, and satisfaction. The reward is the act of doing. A child building a sandcastle isn't doing it for a paycheck or a trophy. She's doing it for the joy of creation. An artist who paints for hours is powered by an intrinsic love for their craft. On the other hand, we have extrinsic motivation. This is the drive from outside of you, performing an action to earn a reward or avoid a punishment. When a student studies to get a good grade, or to avoid disappointing parents, that's extrinsic motivation. Money, praise, promotions, or avoiding negative consequences are powerful. Society is largely structured around them. Both may finish the book, but the feeling and quality of engagement are vastly different. Balance both engines wisely. Our motivation is constructed on a foundation of fundamental human needs. Abraham Maslow illustrated this with his hierarchy of needs, often pictured as a pyramid. At the bottom are physiological needs: air, water, food, shelter. You can't be motivated to create if you're starving or freezing. Next comes safety and security, stability, order, freedom from fear. Then, love and belonging. We are driven to connect. Above that, esteem, self-respect, achievement, recognition. At the peak is self-actualization, realizing your full potential. We must secure the foundation first to reach higher aspirations. Self-determination. Theory gives a practical lens for daily motivation. 3 innate needs: autonomy, competence, relatedness. Autonomy, feeling in control of your choices. Micromanagement kills it. Competence, feeling effective. Progress feels deeply satisfying and keeps us engaged. Motivation isn't just psychological, it's biological, hardwired in the brain. At the center is dopamine, more motivation chemical than pleasure chemical. It spikes in anticipation, driving you to act. It makes you want, seek, search. It is the neurological engine of desire. Imagine a run. Even putting on shoes can trigger a small dopamine release to get you out the door. As you make progress, your brain rewards you in small bursts. Action, progress, dopamine, more action. The loop that keeps you going. Your brain says, yes, this is good. Keep moving forward. This system evolved for survival. Today it fires for abstract wins like closing a deal or a high game score. Our brains still treat these wins like survival victories. We're motivated by progress. Break big goals into smaller steps. Each check gives a helpful dopamine nudge to build momentum. Motivation without direction is just restless energy. To be effective, it needs a target. That's goal setting. A clear goal turns a vague desire into a concrete plan of action. The SMART framework makes goals effective. Specific and measurable. You can track progress. Achievable, stretch, don't break. Relevant. Does this goal truly matter to you? Time-bound. A deadline creates healthy urgency. SMART goals pair perfectly with your reward system. Visible progress boosts motivation. We prefer immediate rewards, so build short-term wins into long-term goals. Hit mini targets and celebrate small, guilt-free. Immediate feedback keeps you motivated for the long journey ahead. Even with the best laid plans and the strongest initial drive, we all encounter roadblocks. Two of the most common and destructive are procrastination and burnout. Procrastination is delaying a task despite knowing the cost. It's often an emotional regulation problem. Anxiety, boredom, insecurity, even resentment. Distraction gives a temporary mood boost but deepens stress, a vicious cycle. Burnout is emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion from prolonged stress. It's the dark side of ambition. Symptoms include cynicism, ineffectiveness, and complete depletion of energy. Procrastination is not starting. Burnout is having nothing left to continue. To fight procrastination, make starting easier. Use the 2-minute rule. Break tasks into absurdly small steps to build momentum. Prevent burnout with sustainable effort and recovery. Set boundaries, sleep enough, schedule recharge, and celebrate small wins. We often think of motivation as a feeling, a sudden burst of inspiration that makes us want to take on the world. That feeling is wonderful, but fickle. It comes and goes. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll accomplish very little. This is where discipline enters the picture. Discipline is doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. The bridge between goals and accomplishments. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is adding logs to keep it burning. Think of it this way. Motivation gets you started, but habits keep you going. Habits make actions automatic. A pre-programmed script in your brain. Show up consistently. You carve new neural pathways. Resistance fades. Success is systems and habits. Design your environment to make good choices easy. Remove friction. Outsource self-control to your surroundings. The spark of motivation, the structure of goals, and the steady engine of discipline will unlock your potential and drive you toward a life of purpose and accomplishment.